First contact. The day the aliens arrived was just like any other Tuesday for Dr. Emily Chen. She was hunched over her computer in the SETI Institute, sifting through endless data streams from deep space, searching for that elusive signal that would prove humanity wasn't alone in the universe. Little did she know, the proof was about to land right in her backyard. The first sign that something was amiss came when every electronic device in the building suddenly went haywire. Screens flickered, speakers emitted ear-piercing screeches, and the lights pulsed in an erratic rhythm. Emily's colleagues rushed to the windows, drawn by a brilliant light that outshone the sun. "Holy shit," whispered Dr. James Hartley, Emily's research partner. "Is that what I think it is?" Emily joined him at the window, her heart pounding. Descending from the clouds was an enormous vessel, shaped like a teardrop and gleaming with an iridescent sheen that seemed to defy the laws of physics. It was easily the size of a small city, dwarfing the buildings below as it slowly approached the ground. "We did it, James," Emily breathed, a mix of excitement and terror coursing through her veins. "We made first contact." But as the reality of the situation sank in, Emily's scientific curiosity was quickly overshadowed by a more pressing concern. How would humanity react to this unprecedented event? The answer came swiftly and decisively. Within minutes, the skies filled with military aircraft, their weapons trained on the alien vessel. On the ground, tanks and troops mobilized, creating a perimeter around the landing site. The world held its breath, teetering on the brink of either the greatest discovery in human history or the beginning of an interstellar war. Emily watched in horror as a squadron of fighter jets approached the alien ship. "No, no, no," she muttered, willing them to stand down. If humanity's first action was to attack, what hope did they have for peaceful contact? Just as it seemed conflict was inevitable, something extraordinary happened. The alien vessel emitted a pulse of energy that swept across the landscape. Every engine, every electronic device, every weapon suddenly went dead. The military forces found themselves powerless, reduced to mere spectators. In the eerie silence that followed, a voice boomed out, seemingly from everywhere at once. It spoke in perfect English, its tone calm and almost melodious. "People of Earth, we come in peace. We are the Galari, and we have traveled across the stars to meet you. We mean you no harm. We ask only for the opportunity to speak with your leaders and share knowledge that will benefit both our species." The voice paused, allowing its words to sink in before continuing. "To demonstrate our goodwill, we have temporarily disabled your weapons. They will be restored once we have established peaceful communication. Please, take us to your world leaders." Emily and James exchanged looks of amazement. This was beyond their wildest dreams. Not only had aliens arrived, but they seemed to be offering friendship and knowledge. As the world struggled to process this momentous event, Emily found herself thrust into the spotlight. As one of the leading SETI researchers, she was quickly summoned to join a hastily assembled team of scientists, diplomats, and military advisors tasked with making first contact. The next few days were a whirlwind of activity. World leaders convened emergency sessions, religious figures sought to reconcile alien life with their teachings, and the public alternated between celebration and panic. Through it all, Emily worked tirelessly, helping to establish a protocol for communication and advising on potential scientific exchanges. Finally, the day arrived for the first face-to-face meeting with the Galari. Emily stood alongside the President of the United States and other world leaders as the alien delegation emerged from their ship. The Galari were nothing like the little green men of popular imagination. They stood nearly 8 feet tall, with slender, graceful bodies covered in iridescent scales. Their faces were vaguely feline, with large, expressive eyes that seemed to shimmer with intelligence. The leader of the Galari stepped forward, its movements fluid and otherworldly. When it spoke, its voice was the same one that had addressed the world days earlier. "Greetings, people of Earth. We are honored to meet you at last. For centuries, we have watched your species grow and evolve, waiting for the right moment to make contact. That moment has arrived. The alien paused, its gaze sweeping over the assembled humans before continuing. We have come to offer you a great opportunity, a chance to join the Galactic Confederation, a union of advanced species dedicated to exploration, knowledge, and mutual prosperity. But membership in this confederation is not given lightly. You must prove yourselves worthy. A murmur ran through the crowd. Emily leaned forward, her scientific curiosity piqued. What kind of test could an advanced alien species possibly have in mind for humanity? The Galari leader's next words sent a chill down Emily's spine. We propose a series of challenges, trials that will test your species' intelligence, creativity, adaptability, and moral fiber. If you succeed, you will gain access to technologies and knowledge beyond your wildest dreams. If you fail, the consequences could be severe. The world leaders exchanged uneasy glances. The president stepped forward, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. And if we refuse to participate in these trials? The gallery's expression was unreadable, but its voice carried a note of warning. Then you will remain isolated, cut off from the greater galactic community. And I must warn you, there are other species out there, not always benevolent as we are. Without our protection, Earth would be vulnerable. Emily's mind raced. The implications were staggering. Humanity was being offered a chance to leap forward by centuries, perhaps millennia. But the risk was equally great. If they failed these mysterious trials, the entire human race could be in jeopardy. As the diplomats began to debate the gallery's proposal, Emily caught James's eye. Her colleague's face mirrored her own mix of excitement and apprehension. Whatever happened next, they both knew that nothing would ever be the same. Humanity stood on the threshold of a new era, one filled with unimaginable possibilities and unprecedented dangers. The Galari leader raised a hand, silencing the growing murmurs among the human delegation. We understand this is a monumental decision. We will give you 48 Earth hours to discuss among yourselves and reach a consensus. Choose wisely, for the fate of your entire species hangs in the balance. With those ominous words, the alien delegation retreated to their ship, leaving behind a stunned and divided humanity. As emergency meetings were called and heated debates erupted across the globe, Emily found herself at the center of a storm that would determine the future of human civilization. The clock was ticking, and the greatest test in human history was about to begin, the cosmic crucible. As the 48-hour deadline approached, Earth was a powder keg of tension. Social media exploded with conspiracy theories, religious leaders proclaimed the end times, and governments teetered on the brink of collapse. In this chaos, an unlikely hero emerged, Zara Malik, a 19-year-old college dropout turned viral social media influencer. Zara's livestreams, blending wit, compassion, and razor-sharp analysis, became a rallying point for millions. "Look, we're facing space Hogwarts here," she quipped, her dark eyes flashing with determination. "Either we ace these alien sets, or we're stuck in the galactic remedial class. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to show these Galari what humans can do." Her words resonated across the globe, sparking a movement. Hashtag Cosmic Crucible and hashtag Humanity Rises trended worldwide, drowning out the voices of fear and division. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., Dr. Emily Chen found herself in a heated debate with world leaders and military brass. The war hawks wanted to refuse the gallery's offer, believing it to be a trap. Others argued for acceptance, seeing it as humanity's only chance for survival in a suddenly much larger and more dangerous universe. Emily, usually more comfortable with radio telescopes than political maneuvering, surprised herself with her passionate advocacy. "We can't let fear dictate our future," she argued, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "This is the moment SETI has been preparing for. We've always asked, are we alone? Now we know we're not. The question is, are we ready to take our place among the stars?" As the debate raged on, the Galari ship hovered silently above, an ever-present reminder of the choice humanity faced. In homes and halls of power alike, people grappled with the implications. Some saw opportunity, others apocalypse. But as the deadline loomed, a surprising consensus emerged. Earth would accept the challenge. The announcement was made with just minutes to spare. As humanity held its collective breath, the Galari ship descended, landing in a specially prepared area in the heart of New York City's Central Park. A hush fell over the gathered crowd as the alien delegation emerged, led by their enigmatic leader, now known to the world as Ambassador Zix. Zix's multifaceted eyes swept over the assembled humans, its iridescent scales shimmering in the sunlight. "People of Earth," it intoned, its voice carrying across the park and to the billions watching worldwide, "you have chosen wisely. The cosmic crucible begins now." With a gesture, Zix activated a holographic display that filled the sky. The image showed a massive space station, a gleaming construct of impossible geometry that seemed to defy the laws of physics. "This is the Nexus," Zix explained. "A neutral ground where species from across the galaxy come to prove their worth. It will be the site of your trials." The crowd murmured in awe, but Zix wasn't finished. "Each sentient species has unique strengths. To join the Galactic Confederation, you must demonstrate yours. You will face challenges that test your intelligence, creativity, adaptability, and moral fiber. But be warned, these trials are not without risk. Failure could mean more than just rejection from the Confederation." A chill ran through the crowd. Dr. Chen, standing near the front, couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to these trials than the Galari were letting on. Zix continued, "You have one Earth month to select your champions and prepare. Choose carefully, for they will carry the hopes of your entire species." As the implications sank in, panic began to spread. How could humanity possibly choose who would represent them in this cosmic game of high stakes? Enter Zara Malik. While politicians bickered and scientists debated, Zara took to her platform with a revolutionary idea. "Why choose?" she challenged her millions of followers. "We're all in this together. I say we crowdsource this sucker." Her idea caught fire. Within hours, a global initiative was launched. Using a combination of advanced AI and public voting, a system was developed to identify the best candidates for each potential challenge. It was democracy meets meritocracy on a scale never before seen. Dr. Chen found herself working alongside Zara, her scientific expertise complementing the young influencer's ability to mobilize the masses. Together, they helped shape the selection process, ensuring it was fair, comprehensive, and aimed at showcasing the best of humanity. As the days ticked by, an incredible thing happened. The cosmic crucible, instead of dividing humanity, began to unite it. People from all walks of life, all corners of the globe, came together to contribute their skills and knowledge. The challenge had given humanity a common purpose, a shared goal that transcended old rivalries and conflicts. The final team was a tapestry of human diversity. There was Wei Chang, a quantum physicist with a penchant for extreme sports; Maria Alvarez, a linguist who could speak 17 languages and had a photographic memory; Quay Mose, a master strategist who had never lost a game of chess. And at the heart of it all, much to her own surprise, was Zara Malik, whose unique ability to inspire and unite had made her an essential part of the team. Dr. Chen, recognized for her role in First Contact, was chosen to lead the scientific contingent. As she worked with the team, she couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. This, she thought, was humanity at its best, creative, adaptable, and unstoppable when united. But as the day of departure approached, troubling questions lingered. What exactly were these trials? Why did the Galari seem so insistent on Earth's participation? And what would happen if they failed? The night before the team was set to leave for the Nexus, Dr. Chen couldn't sleep. She found herself walking in Central Park, gazing up at the Galari ship that had become a fixture in the New York skyline. As she stood there, lost in thought, a figure emerged from the shadows. It was Ambassador Zix. "You have doubts, Dr. Chen," the alien said, its voice soft but penetrating. Emily startled, then gathered her courage. "Why us?" she asked. "Out of all the species in the galaxy, why come to Earth now?" Zix was silent for a long moment, its multifaceted eyes reflecting the starlight. When it spoke, there was a new urgency in its voice. "Because, Dr. Chen, the galaxy is changing. A storm is coming, and humanity—" It paused, seeming to choose its words carefully. Humanity may be the key to weathering it. Before Emily could press for more information, Zix melted back into the shadows, leaving her with more questions than answers. As she stood there, a mix of excitement and trepidation coursing through her, one thing became clear. The cosmic crucible was more than just a test. It was humanity's audition for a role on the grandest stage imaginable, and the consequences of failure were too terrible to contemplate. As the first light of dawn broke over New York, Emily made her way back to the team's headquarters. In just a few hours, they would board the Galari ship and depart for the Nexus. Humanity's greatest adventure was about to begin, and the fate of Earth hung in the balance. Little did they know, the trials that awaited them would challenge not just their skills and intelligence, but the very essence of what it meant to be human. The cosmic crucible was about to begin, and nothing would ever be the same again. The Nexus Enigma. As the Galari ship pierced Earth's atmosphere, carrying humanity's champions towards their cosmic destiny, an unexpected phenomenon occurred. Millions of people worldwide reported experiencing vivid, shared dreams of alien landscapes and incomprehensible technologies. #Nexus Dreams began trending globally, with theorists speculating about a collective consciousness awakening. Aboard the ship, Dr. Emily Chen and her team marveled at the mind-bending physics that allowed for faster-than-light travel. The journey that should have taken years was compressed into mere hours, leaving the team disoriented but exhilarated. "Holy quantum entanglement, Batman," exclaimed Wei Chang, his eyes wide as he studied the ship's propulsion systems. "This tech makes our most advanced theories look like stone tools." Zara Malik, ever the voice of the people, was live-streaming their journey to billions back on Earth. "Guys, we're literally surfing the cosmos right now," she said, her voice filled with awe. "If this is just the commute, imagine what the Nexus will be like." As if on cue, the ship emerged from what looked like a fold in space-time, revealing a structure that defied comprehension. The Nexus hung in the void like a giant, multidimensional snowflake, its crystalline surfaces refracting starlight in impossible ways. "Sweet mother of Asimov," breathed Maria Alvarez, the linguist. It's like the universe decided to build a Rubik's Cube." As they approached, the team realized the true scale of the Nexus. It wasn't just a space station, it was an artificial world, easily the size of Earth's moon. Streams of ships from countless alien civilizations flowed in and out of its many docking bays, a cosmic ballet of unimaginable complexity. Ambassador Zix's voice came over the intercom, tinged with what sounded like pride. "Welcome, humans, to the heart of the Galactic Confederation. The Nexus awaits." As they disembarked, the human team found themselves in a vast atrium teeming with alien life. Creatures of every conceivable shape and size moved about, some floating, others slithering, many defying easy categorization. The air was filled with a cacophony of languages, scents, and electromagnetic frequencies that made their hair stand on end. "Okay, team," Dr. Chen said, trying to keep her voice steady despite her racing heart. "Remember our training. We're not just representing Earth here, we're showcasing the very best of humanity. Stay focused, stay curious, and above all, stay united." No sooner had she finished speaking than a holographic guide materialized before them. It was a shimmering, translucent being that seemed to be made of pure light. "Greetings, Terrans," it said, its voice a harmonious blend of tones. "I am Nexus Prime, the avatar of this station's artificial intelligence. I will be overseeing your trials." The team exchanged nervous glances. They had prepared for many possibilities, but an AI overlord wasn't one of them. Nexus Prime continued, Your first trial begins immediately. You must navigate the labyrinth of perspectives. This challenge will test your adaptability, problem-solving skills, and ability to see beyond your own limited viewpoints. With a wave of its luminous hand, a portal opened in the atrium floor. The team peered down into swirling, opalescent mists. Do we get any hints? Zara asked, her usual confidence wavering slightly. The labyrinth is unique for each species, Nexus Prime replied. It will adapt to your physiology and psychology. Remember, in the Nexus, reality is fluid. Before they could ask any more questions, the floor beneath them vanished. The human team plummeted into the mists, their screams echoing through the atrium. They landed everywhere and nowhere at once. Each team member found themselves in a different environment, yet somehow still aware of each other. Dr. Chen was floating in a sea of mathematical equations that shifted and morphed around her. Wei Chang found himself shrunk to subatomic size, dodging quarks and leptons. Maria Alvarez was surrounded by a tornado of words and symbols from every language in the universe. Quaim Osei stood on a giant chessboard where the pieces moved of their own accord, following rules he couldn't comprehend. And Zara Malik found herself in a network of interconnected bubbles, each containing a different version of Earth's future. Team, sound off. Dr. Chen called out, her voice seeming to come from everywhere and nowhere. One by one, they reported in, their voices strained but determined. Okay, Emily said, trying to think through the madness. We need to find a way to synchronize these realities. There must be a pattern, a connection between what we're all seeing. As they began to describe their surroundings to each other, patterns indeed emerged. The mathematical equations in Emily's realm corresponded to the subatomic movements Y was experiencing. The languages Maria was deciphering seemed to predict the moves on Quaim's chessboard, and Zora's bubbles of possible futures were influenced by all of these factors combined. It's all connected, Zora exclaimed. Guys, I think I get it. We're not supposed to solve our individual puzzles. We need to use each other's perspectives to navigate through all of them simultaneously. With this realization, the team began to work in perfect synergy. Emily would call out equations that Y used to surf the quantum foam. Maria translated cosmic languages that allowed Quaim to predict and manipulate the chess pieces' movements. Quaim's strategies helped Zara identify the most promising future timelines, which in turn gave Emily new mathematical insights. As they worked together, the boundaries between their realities began to blur. The team found themselves moving as one entity through a kaleidoscopic maze of interconnected concepts and dimensions. Finally, after what felt like both an eternity and a split second, they emerged into a vast chamber. Nexus Prime was waiting for them, its luminous form pulsing with what almost looked like approval. Congratulations, Terrans, it said. You have successfully navigated the labyrinth of perspectives. Your ability to synthesize diverse viewpoints and work as a unified whole is noteworthy. The team let out a collective breath they didn't realize they'd been holding. They had passed the first trial, but it was clear that the challenges ahead would only get more difficult. As they caught their breath, Dr. Chen noticed something odd. The chamber they were in seemed to be watching them. The walls pulsed with an intelligence that felt ancient and alien. Nexus Prime, she asked, her scientific curiosity overriding her exhaustion. What exactly is this place? It feels alive. The ace form flickered for a moment, as if surprised by the question. Perceptive, Dr. Chen. The Nexus is indeed alive, in a sense. It is a construct as old as the galaxy itself, created by a species long since ascended beyond physical form. Its purpose is to shepherd younger races towards a greater cosmic destiny. And humanity's role in this destiny? Quaim asked, his strategic mind already racing with possibilities. Nexus Prime's form shimmered, and for a brief moment, the team caught a glimpse of something vast and incomprehensible behind its avatar. That, it said, remains to be seen. But know this, the trials you face here will determine not just humanity's fate, but potentially that of the entire galaxy. As the weight of those words sank in, alarms began to blare throughout the chamber. Nexus Prime's form flickered urgently. "Warning," it announced, its harmonious voice now tinged with static. "Dimensional anomaly detected. All participants, prepare for immediate evacuation." Before the team could react, the chamber around them began to warp and twist. Reality itself seemed to be unraveling at the seams. "What's happening?" Zara shouted, her influencer calm cracking under the cosmic pressure. The Nexus Prime's voice came through distorted. "It's being attacked by something outside." As the chamber dissolved around them, the human team caught a terrifying glimpse through a tear in reality. Beyond the veil of their universe, something dark and hungry was clawing its way in, something that made the vast Nexus look like a mote of dust in comparison. The last thing they heard before everything went black was Nexus Prime's fading voice. "Humans, the true test begins now. The fate of everything depends on what you do next." In that moment, as consciousness slipped away, each member of the team realized a terrifying truth. The cosmic crucible wasn't just a test. It was preparation for a war beyond imagining. And humanity had just been thrust onto the front lines. The multiversal mayhem. As consciousness returned to the human team, they found themselves in a scenario that defied all logic and expectations. They were floating in a void that pulsed with kaleidoscopic energy, surrounded by fragments of realities colliding and merging in impossible ways. "Holy multiverse meltdown," Wei exclaimed, his eyes wide with a mixture of terror and scientific fascination. "We're in a quantum foam jacuzzi." Dr. Chen, struggling to make sense of their surroundings, noticed something alarming. "Team, check yourselves. Are we all here?" As they took stock, a chilling realization set in. Each team member was only partially present, their bodies flickering between solidity and transparency. It was as if they existed in multiple realities simultaneously. "Guys, I think I'm having an existential crisis." Literally, Zara quipped, her voice echoing strangely as if coming from multiple versions of herself. Before anyone could respond, a booming voice reverberated through the void. It was Nexus Prime, but distorted and fragmented. "Humans, timeline fractured, cosmic predator, must contain, restore, balance." The disjointed message cut off abruptly, leaving the team in stunned silence. "Okay, let's break this down," Quain said, his strategic mind already racing. "We're dealing with a multiversal threat, timeline fractures, and apparently, we're the ones who have to fix it. No pressure." Maria, her linguist's mind working overtime, added, "The term cosmic predator is interesting. In many Earth mythologies, there are beings that threaten to devour reality. Apophis in Egyptian myth, Fenrir in Norse legend." "Great, so we're up against the galactic version of Tholu," Zara muttered. "Any ideas on how to, not get our reality eaten?" As if in response to her question, the void around them shifted. Suddenly, they were bombarded with visions of alternate Earths. In one, dinosaurs still roamed. In another, a steampunk civilization reached for the stars. Yet another showed a post-apocalyptic wasteland. "These must be alternate timelines," Dr. Chen breathed. "Fragments of realities that could have been, or still are, somewhere in the multiverse." Wei, his quantum physics background kicking into high gear, snapped his fingers, which made an odd echoing sound in the void. "That's it. We're not just seeing alternate realities. We're the nexus point between them." The team looked at him quizzically. "Think about it," Wei continued excitedly. "Of all the possible Earths, we're the ones who made it to the cosmic crucible. We're the linchpin reality. If we stabilize ourselves, we might be able to reweave the fractured timelines." "Okay, but how exactly do we stabilize ourselves when we're scattered across multiple realities?" Zara asked, gesturing to her still flickering form. Quang's eyes lit up with understanding. "We use the perspectives we gained in the labyrinth. Each of us is anchored in a different aspect of reality. If we can synchronize those perspectives..." We can create a resonance cascade that realigns the timelines. Dr. Chen finished, catching on to the idea. With newfound purpose, the team began to focus. Dr. Chen visualized complex mathematical structures, creating a framework for reality. Wei tapped into the quantum foam, manipulating the very building blocks of existence. Maria channeled the power of language, using words of power from 1,000 cultures to name and define their reality. Quang applied his strategic mind to predict and guide the flow of time itself. And Zara, with her unique ability to connect and inspire, became the conduit that linked them all together. As they worked, the fragmented realities around them began to shift and coalesce. The void filled with a web of glowing lines, connecting disparate timelines and healing the fractures in space-time. But just as they thought they were making progress, a dark, writhing mass appeared at the edges of their perception. The cosmic predator had found them. Oh, #cosmic horror. Zara yelped, her influencer slang breaking through even in the face of eldritch terror. The entity defied description, a roiling mass of darkness that seemed to devour light and sanity alike. As it approached, the team could feel their newly stabilized reality beginning to unravel. "We need something more," Dr. Chen shouted over the cacophony of collapsing timelines. "Something uniquely human to anchor us." In that moment of desperation, Zara had an epiphany. "Guys, what's the one thing that makes humans stand out in the galaxy? Our stories, our ability to imagine, to create." Understanding dawned on the team. They began to pool their knowledge, their experiences, their hopes and dreams. Dr. Chen contributed the wonder of scientific discovery. Wei added the mysteries of the quantum realm. Maria wove in the richness of human language and culture. Quang provided the lessons of history and strategy. And Zara, drawing on her connection to millions of followers, channeled the collective imagination of humanity. Together, they began to craft a narrative, a story of humanity's journey from cavemen to cosmic explorers. As they wove their tale, reality itself seemed to listen. The glowing web of timelines pulsed in rhythm with their words, growing stronger and more vibrant. The cosmic predator recoiled, as if burned by the power of human creativity and determination. It writhed and thrashed, its dark tendrils dissipating like smoke in the wind. With a final triumphant surge of collective will, the team brought their story to a climax. The web of timelines flared with blinding light, and the void around them transformed. They found themselves back in the Nexus, but changed. The station hummed with new energy, and through its windows, they could see a galaxy reborn, timelines restored and strengthened. Nexus Prime's avatar appeared before them, its light pulsing with what could only be described as awe. "Humans," it said, its voice resonating with newfound respect, "you have done the impossible. You have faced the ultimate threat to our reality and emerged victorious." The team, exhausted but exhilarated, shared looks of disbelief and pride. "So, did we pass the test?" Zara asked, a hint of her usual humor returning. Nexus Prime's form shimmered with what might have been laughter. "Passed? Humans, you have exceeded every parameter we thought possible. You have not just earned your place in the Galactic Confederation, you have become its saviors." As the implications of their victory sank in, the team realized that their journey was far from over. They had opened a new chapter not just for humanity, but for all sentient life in the cosmos. Dr. Chen stepped forward, her voice filled with determination. "We're ready for whatever comes next. Humanity has found its place among the stars, and we will face the future together." As news of their victory spread across the galaxy, a new age dawned. Humanity, once a small, isolated species on a tiny blue planet, had become a beacon of hope in a vast and wondrous universe. The cosmic crucible was complete, but the greatest adventure was just beginning. The quantum quandary final. As the dust settled on their reality-altering triumph, Dr. Emily Chen and her team found themselves at the center of a cosmic revolution. The Nexus, once an enigmatic testing ground, had transformed into a hub of interstellar cooperation, with humanity leading the charge. Okay, so we saved the multiverse, Zara mused, her fingers dancing over a holographic interface as she updated her trillion-strong follower base. What's next? Intergalactic TikTok. Her quip was interrupted by a sudden violent tremor that shook the entire station. Alarms blared as Nexus Prime's avatar flickered into existence, its usual calm demeanor replaced by urgent intensity. Humans, we face a crisis beyond imagining. The cosmic predator you defeated, it was merely a symptom of a larger problem. The fundamental constants of the universe are destabilizing. Reality itself is unraveling at the seams. The team exchanged looks of disbelief. They had just saved existence as they knew it, and now this. Wait, hold up. Y interjected, his mind racing with quantum possibilities. Are you saying the universe is crashing? Like some cosmic computer running out of memory? Nexus Prime's form pulsed in affirmation, an apt analogy. The multiverse is a vast quantum computer, and it's reaching a critical error state. We need a reboot, but on a scale never before attempted. Dr. Chen's eyes widened as she grasped the implications. You're talking about resetting the universe, but that's insane. How could we possibly? She was cut off by another violent shake. Through the Nexus windows, they watched in horror as entire galaxies blinked out of existence. We don't have a choice, Quain said, his strategic mind already formulating plans. But how do we even begin to reboot reality? Moria, who had been quietly processing the alien languages flowing through the Nexus databanks, suddenly perked up. Wait, I think I found something. There's an ancient prophecy recurring across multiple civilizations. It speaks of a cosmic keystone hidden at the dawn of time. Oh great, another fetch quest, Zara quipped, but her voice lacked its usual humor. The gravity of the situation was sinking in. Nexus Prime's avatar expanded, enveloping them in a cosmic hologram. The keystone is no myth. It's a hyperdimensional artifact created by the universe's founders. With it, one could theoretically reset the cosmic constants. But reaching it? Let me guess, Wei interrupted. It's at the beginning of time, the most unreachable point in existence. The A's silence was answer enough. Dr. Chen took a deep breath, squaring her shoulders. Well, team, looks like we're going on one last impossible mission. To save not just our universe, but all potential universes. As if on cue, a sleek, otherworldly ship materialized in the Nexus docking bay. Its hull rippled with colors beyond human perception, hinting at its ability to traverse realities. The Chronos Crucible, Nexus Prime explained. Our most advanced temporal vessel. It will take you to the edge of existence. The rest is up to you. As the team boarded, they felt the weight of all reality on their shoulders. The ship hummed to life, its systems interfacing directly with their thoughts. Chronos Crucible, ready for temporal jump, an ethereal voice announced. Destination, the beginning. Brace for extreme cosmic displacement. With a lurch that seemed to turn the universe inside out, they were off. The voyage was beyond description, a journey through layers of reality never meant for mortal minds to comprehend. They witnessed the birth and death of galaxies in mere moments, saw civilizations rise and fall in the blink of an eye. Finally, they arrived at a point where time and space lost all meaning. Before them loomed a sight that defied comprehension, the cosmic keystone. It was a structure of impossible geometry, pulsing with the raw energy of creation itself. But they weren't alone. Oh, guys, Zara's voice quavered. I think we have company. Emerging from the primordial chaos were beings of pure energy, their forms constantly shifting. The architects of reality, those who had set the cosmic machine in motion at the dawn of time. One of the beings spoke, its voice resonating directly in their minds. You stand at the precipice of all that is, was, and could be. Why have you come to this forbidden place? Dr. Chen stepped forward, her voice steady despite her awe. We've come to save existence itself. The multiverse is collapsing, and we need to reset the cosmic constants. The beings conferred in a language beyond human understanding. Finally, they turned their attention back to the team. You speak the truth, but the task you propose is not without consequence. To reset the constants is to rewrite reality. All that is may cease to be. Are you prepared for such responsibility? The weight of the choice pressed down on them. Reset reality and potentially erase everything they knew, or do nothing and watch existence crumble. Quaim spoke up, his voice filled with determination. Throughout our journey, we've seen the best of what humanity, what all sentient life can be. If there's a chance to preserve that, to give existence another shot, we have to take it. The others nodded in agreement. This was what they had been preparing for all along. The architects seemed to come to a decision. Very well, you may approach the keystone, but be warned, the power to reshape reality comes at a great price. As they approached the keystone, its energy intensified. They could feel the very fabric of their beings start to unravel. We have to do this together, Dr. Chen shouted over the cosmic roar. Everything we've learned, everything we are, pour it into the keystone. In that moment, they became one with the universe. Dr. Chen's scientific knowledge, Wei's quantum understanding, Maria's grasp of universal language, Quaim's strategic foresight, and Zara's connection to humanity's collective spirit all flowed into the keystone. With a blinding flash and a sound that could shatter worlds, the universe reset. Existence rewound, playing back at hyperspeed. Galaxies reassembled, civilizations were reborn, and the cosmic constants stabilized. When the team came to, they found themselves back on Earth, in the exact moment before the Galari had first arrived, but they remembered everything. As they looked up at the sky, a new message played across every screen on the planet. To all of humanity, we are not alone, and our greatest adventure is about to begin. The universe awaits, and we have a story to tell. Dr. Chen smiled, knowing that humanity was ready for whatever the cosmos had in store. They had faced the ultimate test and emerged stronger, wiser, and more united than ever before. The cosmic crucible was over, but humanity's true journey to the stars was just beginning.